Welcome back, everyone. We have now covered the basics of decision making and conditional statements. In this video, we will look at more advanced approaches using if and else, and we will practice them through a couple of challenges. We will start by looking at nested if statements. These structures involve several if, elif, and else statements that are placed within one another. This allows us to create a tree-like hierarchy and a flowchart towards the final desired action. Let's look to understand this through an example. This is a flowchart for checking how much of discount is applied when you're buying certain types of properties. At the start, we check the initial condition statement. Is the property a house or an apartment? Now, if the apartment is a house, no discount is applied. But if it is an apartment, there are several other conditions that we need to check in order to get the correct discount. And this is where we add more if statements. The statement, is the apartment above the 5th floor, will only be checked if the property is an apartment, and so on for every statement below it. This demonstrates the nested if concepts. Let's take a look on how to implement this example in Python. You can pause the video and try to code it yourself. As you might have noticed, we have an if or elif statement for every diamond or condition shape in our diagram. Go ahead, change the property parameters and check if the code is behaving correctly. Python gives you another direct way to write a conditional statement. This technique is called tyranny operators, and it involves three operands: true expression followed with if, then the condition followed by the false expression, as you can see. With this example, we now have all the basics to start with some challenges for practice. For our first exercise, we have 5 integer numbers from n1 to n5. We want to perform some operations on them and produce a final float number. If the sum of all the numbers is an odd number, check if the first number is bigger than the last number. If so, print the number n1 is bigger than n5. Else, print the number n5 is bigger than n1. You need to consider if they are equal. If the sum of all numbers is even, divide their sum by n1 and display the result. Be careful of dividing by 0. Create a special case to print can divide by 0 before such a division takes place. It's always good to write up the algorithm of a challenge or a question before starting to code it. In this case, you can even create your own flowchart on a piece of paper before starting to code. With this example, we have completed our study of conditional statements. We will use these concepts in almost every code that we write, and we will see their importance when we cover loops and data structures in Python. I will see you in the next video to conclude our class and work through our class project.